For Secretary of Energy, I nominate Governor Jennifer Granholm. Throughout her career, she's worked with states, cities, business, and labor to promote clean energy future, with new jobs, new industry, cleaner and more affordable energy. Now I'm asking her to bring that vision and faith in America to the Department of Energy.
President-elect Biden yesterday announcing his pick for Energy Secretary, the former governor of Michigan, Jennifer Granholm. Governor Granholm joins us now. Governor, thanks for joining us this morning. I want to get to a lot about your mission at Energy, but begin with this solar hack breach, the SolarWinds breach. The Energy Department has been compromised. We know that. Have you been briefed yet on the scope of the breach, and what will it mean for you and your team as you take control of the department?
Yeah, I mean, I was nominated 16 hours ago, so I have not been briefed on the scope yet. But I do know that the administration, incoming administration, is taking this extremely seriously. You know, Joe Biden has said that a day one priority is making sure that the country is safe from malicious cyber attacks. And this goes beyond espionage. It is something that certainly the incoming administration is taking extremely seriously. However, I would say, George, that we don't, as Mark Warner just suggested, we don't know fully what happened, the extent of it, and frankly, we don't know fully for sure who did it. So the folks who are working around the clock, the civil servants, the investigators, the scientists who are doing the investigation, they've got to be able to come up with the specific answers so we know what the response will be. But Joe Biden, I know, will have a robust response once we find out the perpetrator and the extent of it.
One of the biggest concerns has to be the security and safety of our nuclear weapons stockpile. That is actually, securing that is the primary job in many ways of the Energy Department.
That's correct. The NNSA, the National Nuclear Security Administration, has a responsibility over that. That is a significant piece of what the Department of Energy does. Fortunately, there are serious experts inside of the department who are looking at this right now. And as in all things, we are certainly concerned about any secrets being compromised. We haven't gotten that information yet, but believe me, Joe Biden will have a very significant response. And, it may be a multinational response depending on who is compromised. If the United States is compromised, there may be other countries compromised as well. We cannot, as a globe, allow this kind of action to happen, certainly as it relates to the most sensitive materials that we have, including our nuclear stockpile.
As you discussed this job with President-elect Biden, how did he describe the mission, what he wants you to do, and why he chose you to do it?
I am so excited about this, George, because this combating climate change is such an economic opportunity for this country. There's going to be trillions of dollars spent globally on combating climate change by countries around the world. And so for us as a nation, we have to decide, are we going to get in the game economically? Every country is going to be buying solar panels, and they're going to be buying wind turbines, and they're going to be buying electric vehicles and the batteries, and they're going to upgrade their electric grids. We could be producing that material, those products here in the United States, and stamping them made in America and exporting them around the country. We need to be the leader rather than passive bystanders, or otherwise we're going to allow other countries like China and others who are fighting to be able to corner this market. So Joe Biden's focus has been obviously on climate change and taking advantage of the economic opportunity for our people to be able to build the products that help America to lead. And I will say one other thing, he's very focused as well on making sure that the benefits of fighting climate change, the jobs, are focused on the communities that have been hardest hit by environmental pollution, for example, or that are the poorest communities. So both environmental equity, the equity associated with energy opportunity, and creating jobs for Americans, that is going to be the mission of the Department of Energy, in addition to the great work that they already do.
President-elect says he's going to rejoin the Paris Climate Agreement on day one, establish a, quote, enforcement mechanism to get to net zero emissions by 2050. Is that a realistic goal, and what would the enforcement mechanism look like? What it would mean in our daily lives?
Well, what it means is, first of all, it is realistic. It is ambitious. So, for example, yesterday, as part of our team, one of the people who was nominated was Deb Haaland, who is going to be the first Native American who is in the cabinet, which is awesome. The Department of Interior oversees a massive amount of public land. That public land could be used to make sure that we generate clean electricity by putting wind turbines, including offshore as well as onshore, solar panels, etc. Those jobs and that electricity, there is going to have to be a significant sort of hair on fire effort inside the administration to get it in the ground to meet that goal. And we want to make sure that we are acting in a way that allows us to be a leader across the planet. And so we're going to hold ourselves accountable. And I will say this too, as a governor, this was something I focused on as governor of Michigan, and a lot of governors and mayors are focusing on how they can contribute to make sure that they meet the Paris Climate Accords. So we're going to be working at the Department of Energy with the local and subnational, as they call it, units, the states and the cities, to help give them incentives, little carrots, little sticks. The EPA is often the place that people turn to for sticks, but the Department of Energy is going to be working with all of this, the whole of government effort to make sure we combat climate change in a fair and equitable way and create jobs in the process.
As you know, many progressives in your party, like AOC, say it doesn't go far enough. They want to reduce emissions faster, spend trillions more. What's your message to them?
Well, clearly, the Green New Deal was an important framework for what Joe Biden has put on tap. But I mean, really, this is the most robust climate change plan ever. And so, and the fact that he put together this team of people, and that it is going to be an effort that runs through government. For example, Pete Buttigieg was nominated this past week. Transportation is going to be a huge component of this, and the input from folks across this political spectrum has made this plan the robust plan that it is. If we're going to put charging stations across the country so that people can drive electric vehicles from San Francisco to New York and be able to stop everywhere in between, we want to make sure that our administration is creating that opportunity and those jobs. So there's been wonderful input on the part of AOC and Bernie Sanders, but also the business community. I mean, we have an all-in strategy, and we're really excited to implement.
Governor Granholm, thanks for your time this morning.
You bet.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.